hoping you're doing well. I know that this is a really challenging time. Every day in isolation in one small space can feel like a week. It's hard to keep everyone engaged and enthusiastic. So I'm sending you some positive energy and positive thoughts, and I wanted to share some ideas about some art that you can maybe do or add to your learning area that might be intriguing to your child. So anyway, to start with, I set up just a cutting activity. This is for just a very beginner, just with a simple one snip cut. So I drew some lines on these paper strips, and the child, you would just show them how to use the scissors, and they'll just snip it, just like that. And you can just model it, and they can go through many of these. It actually feels really good to the little hand, and it's really good fine motor skill development and hand and eye coordination development. So that's for the beginner. I used, again, a recycled material for a tray, so I didn't have to go out and buy anything, but it's just set up and ready to go. And I can show the child how to select it from their little workstation and come and sit down and do this work, okay? For somebody who's a little bit more advanced, I just drew longer lines on the paper, and that's going to require that you open and close the scissors and move it all the way down the line. And of course, these paper strips you're gonna save too, because they can be used later to either make a paper chain, or they can be used for collages or anything else. You can save those. For somebody who's even more advanced or needs a little bit more challenge, you can do curved lines and zigzag lines, and the children themselves can draw lines. You know, you will adapt this according to the needs of your child and their interest. And you may be very surprised if they do these exercises for a few days in a row over and over again. You'll see their skill development very quickly. Okay, so paper cutting's a really good one because we, want to do some other creative stuff. So I made up a little maker basket here, and again, it's a recycled box, and you'll see I put some tape, which is always fun. Whoops. I found some dot stickers, and I have little scraps of paper that you can see, and some sequins I found in the bottom of the drawer somewhere. So I have a glue stick and some magic markers, paper bag, like a recycled box, and a little bottle here, and some pink tape. Whatever I found a few things. You can make it as complicated or as simple as you think will serve your child. Sometimes younger children having too many things can be distracting and they won't know what to do. Others, want a lot of different things because they're going to really explore with the shape and colors and see what they can create. So I would, in the evening, just add some materials. You could even take your child and say, what do you think we should add to our maker box for tomorrow? And they can go around and find some things. So I would have this out, and then I would make paper available. You can use recycled paper, but then the children could just use what's in the box to create whatever they want. I have a glue stick here, so maybe they want to stick some paper on and create something here. Maybe they want to make an obstacle course for their Lego car, or maybe they want to make a really cool drawing. You'd be surprised. Oh, this kind of looks like a chair. Let them be creative and create. You put a little music on in the background. Have your stickers there, and just be mindful that if you put this many dots they're likely to all be used, because this actually is fun to take them off and stick them, and it feels good to the hand. So you're likely, if there's a quota, don't put all of them in at once because they might all get used. Anyway, this can be added to. Like they could create something today and it could go in the fridge and you could bring it back out and they could adapt it or change it or use it in their creative play. One of the things my grandchildren really enjoy doing is they would draw one day and then they would cut, these are some superheroes that they made. They would cut them out and they would use them in their creative play later. So they would become characters in their play. And I just taped them to, this is a spice bottle, so they can stand independently. And this is a tomato can. And so I've added these little people like this. And perhaps this becomes a landscape, maybe not, but the point is you can keep using the things that you create or that the children create, so that it's not sort of a one and done and then you're having to like come up with 1,000 things to do a day. So I would see them usually work with these, and then after a little while, maybe they're doing some construction on the floor, on the mat. My building just fell down. And here we go. Whatever the little house is, and these are the people that are living here, the ones that they made during their art time. You get the idea. They do it better than I. These little superheroes I found in the bottom of the toy box after my grandchildren went back to Uganda, and they live on my fridge just as inspiration. But I pulled them out today to show you kind of how that could work and be super fun. So anyway, those are just a couple of ideas that you could try. I really do think that the more the children get time to work and develop and then go back to, and not just think that they have to do one thing and it's finished. A lot of artists actually go back and adapt their work, and I think that's a really cool and interesting way to approach it, especially when we have time to do it. So be creative, think about what you can use, and enjoy the time as best you can. Okay, thank you.